How's everyone doing today? First off, I want to say this video goes out to Craig Fitzpatrick, a good buddy of mine, lives in Johnstown, PA, and he had requested that I try some wings with this Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, which is totally awesome. And this is roughly about, I guess maybe 2 pounds worth. Let's try it with the sauce. Damn good. Great, shout out to you. You made a wise choice. No doubt. So, what's been happening lately, guys? I don't know, we got this coronavirus. It's really driving everyone off the freaking planet, man. I mean, I went to Walmart today, right? It's a good thing I have soap. I stocked up on soap, Irish Spring a few months ago. I have some of that. They don't even have soap. There's no hand sanitizers. I mean, that's obvious. They don't even have alcohol. So you can't even make your hand sanitizer mix with the alcohol and aloe vera. They don't even have, first of all, I don't know, maybe some of the Walmarts, they stock, but this one where I'm at, where I live near, is so horrible and they're so bad. I mean, you don't even, I almost went off, man. I just I said, we were in the middle of a big crisis. I told the pharmacist. They just look at me, oh, there's nothing we can do, Fuck you. I don't know what to do. Unbelievable. I mean, the media is scaring everyone more than anything else. They're building this up and that's the worst part of it, is that it's not so much the virus itself, it's when people panic. And now you see what happens when people panic and there's no system. It's the same thing like 9/11. There's no system. Everybody just, I got to get out, I got to get out. And because of that, things weren't done accordingly. And, whatever, I don't want to even get into that. What was funny about 9/11 was that, not funny, but at the time I was working in the post office, and the anthrax scare wasn't even anything close to what we're dealing with now. That was, that was sequestered in one sector of the post office. Somebody had breathed or inhaled, one of the machine operators inhaled that anthrax powder. Was a white powder, and that was in Washington, not in the station I was in New York. And that caused a whole frenzy right there. Anytime a white powder came through one of our machines, it was a panic. All the bosses started putting on masks, and most of the majority, the whole time that this scare was destroying us, it was nothing but like sugar or whatever. But because of that one anthrax incident that happened in Washington, it set the mode for a panic stage, for like a panic mode. Everyone went nuts. Well, suppose this is what I got left. I had no idea. It's hit us like a ton of bricks. Okay? I had any idea that I passed the Purell sanitizing, many times. And I just walked right by it, not thinking much of it. Oh, it was $2.99. Yesterday it was $2.50. So I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale again, right? For $2.50, I grab 30 of them now. Okay, for $2.95, whatever it is. You know what it's going on the internet for? You're not gonna believe it. One piece of shit has the nerve to sell one of these bottles, this bottle, which I paid, I think, maybe $3 for a few months ago. $1,200. It's like that Popeye's chicken sandwich. But this time, he might get his price. Now, Trader Joe's, they're not allowing bullshit like that. If they have, because people are going in there, and they're buying out whatever's left as far as hand sanitizers, and they're shipping it out to China, and they're making money on that shit. So they're not putting up with that. If they see people coming into Trader Joe's, and they're just going in there to buy that, they're going to place a stop order on that. You can only buy, limit 3 or 4, whatever. That's good. Supermarkets don't do that. No, price gauging, man. Pretty soon they'll be out of stock. Water. You know what they're doing now in Walmart? They're advertising, they're displaying 88 cents hydrogen peroxide. They have a ton of those. But that's not alcohol, okay? Not the same thing. That's more sort of prevent wounds. Not sanitize your hands. So supposedly on the news, if you mix aloe vera gel with rubbing alcohol 91%, mix it together, you got yourself your hand sanitizer. But I can't find any of that. And I'm not going to go running. Matter of fact, I don't even like asking, do you have it, and then them saying no, okay? That really fucked it, because then I get boiled, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, fuck you, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I'm just going to look myself. If it's not there, I'll move on to the next, the next drugstore, or whatever. But you know what? Don't let this take over your life, man. If that's what they want. I remember when I was in the post office and they had that anthrax scare. You had CBS, ABC, WINS, all the news stations, all of the radio stations. And I gave them about a minute and a half of my time when I was on a break. And, I answered some questions or whatever. And then they said to me, these guys are something else. Man. Are you going to go back into that building? Of course I'm going back in that building. I have to go to work, man. You think these fuckers are going to pay me? You think they're going to close well, lucky they closed the post office for one day when 9/11 hit. They actually closed it. I was shocked. And people still reported to work. Assholes. Even with the doors closed, they want to get in. Or you get overtime, whatever. Cheap fucks. I'll never forget. And the postmaster at the time, I think his name was Potter, he got on the news and said, why should we close the post office? For what? He goes, I could get, his logic was, I could walk across the street and get hit by a car the next day. So, I mean, saying like, what are the chances of us contracting whatever. I still think I have the effects of that shit after all these years. Who knows? That was 2001. But they made a big one. Let me tell you something, man. They made a big issue out of that. Hillary Clinton was in front of the post office. She was being interviewed. Schumer. At the time, she was a senator of New York. The CDC came down there. They showed up. It was scary. They took us downstairs, and we were like thinking, shit, what's next, man, you know? I mean, really, what's next? It was frightening. And then they gave us this medication. It was called Cipro, and it accomplished nothing. I mean, it'll knock out any cold in a heartbeat, and it'll, you'll be shitting for days. You'll clean out your entire colon with it. That's about all. That's good it does. But I sure as hell wasn't going to be on that for a long period of time. I think I tried it once, or twice, and that was it. You don't know what kind of side effects this crap has on you. You know, I mean, and everyone was, and I'm looking. First thing I was looking at, I noticed all the elder statesmen there that could have retired. I'm looking at them like, after all this shit, why don't you get the fuck out already? Why are you still here? Actually, they did, but they weathered the storm and they stayed, for another couple of years. Or as soon as there's another fatality, that's when you see less and less food, less and less, produce in the supermarkets. And I mean, they're buying out all this shit. This is what I got left with the Purell. I got nothing, man. Very little, just. And this little 2-ounce jar, I think it's 2 ounces, right? This is going for like $80. $80. This is what happens when you have a national crisis. People panic and they'll pay anything for whatever. Like in the Moscow, Soviet Union, when they were on lines that go 3 corners around a district for toilet paper back in those days when communist Russia was at its prime and was at its peak. And now they're talking about the NBA playoffs. They want the players to. They want to hold the games in empty arenas. LeBron James says, "No fucking way, man. No fans. I ain't playing." You can't blame him. Who wants to play it? What's the point? The point is that's what it's all about. For the fans to watch. I mean, to an empty arena. I mean, the whole idea is for the fans to watch, to be part of it. To the fans are the life and blood of the game. Imagine going to the World Series. There's nobody in the stands. I'll tell you one thing, Nathan's competitive eating. I don't know what's going to happen in July, but George Shea right now must be saying, holy shit, what the fuck am I going to do now? Because they're canceling events left and right. And they sure as hell ain't gonna make the Nathans a priority over some of these other events that have been canceled. Potentially canceled. Incredible. Well, Joey Chestnut, what did he do? Smart guy. He revived his YouTube channel. He sees the writing on the wall. Might as well make money at home. If anybody's going to make money on the side, it's without question, it's him. I mean, I'm not scared, but I'm not. To take your mind off shit like that, you eat. You do what you got to do. You know, the best place to be is at home, if you can. I can just imagine these people in the post office now where I used to work. They must be shitting bricks, man. I mean, it must be. They must be trying to. It's probably something else. I could see them fighting with management right now. You know, they want to know. Management wants notes, documentation as to why they can't come to work. Oh God, I got them out of that scene, man. So, you know, there's certain states that haven't been affected yet. You wait and see. It's coming. No state is immune to this shit, wherever the hell it is. I was thinking of escaping to the Bahamas. It's there. It's everywhere, man. So far, nothing in Pennsylvania, it's a big state. Glad to hear that. Nothing in Illinois. It's real good. These wings are awesome. Oh, just Sweet Baby Ray sauce. Hit it right on the nose. I mean, this virus could strike anyway, man. This guy, John Muir, that does the New York Nightline News at 7 p.m. What a dick that guy is, man. Gets on there. Let's start with the top of the hour. The coronavirus. Fatalities are coming in left and right, and doesn't look like it's going to get any better. It's actually getting worse. When you hear this kind of shit, I mean, all you're doing is instilling more fear into people. And just making this whole thing worse than it is. Sure, we need to be aware of it. But how about instead of reporting fatalities, educate us as to what we can do about it. Give us some positive news. Keep us informed. And they've been keeping us informed, but it's not enough. Okay? Because when we're unable to purchase the items that can possibly prevent the spread of this and contamination of this disease, then it just makes this shit even worse than ever. Then you got to come up with you got to come up with your own remedies to fight it. I'm not going to get on here right now and tell you what you have to do, because I'm not an expert at that. But it is true, just keep using this. See, I'm not exposed to the general public, so this will last me a couple of days maybe. Whereas it'll be gone in a couple of hours if I was, communicating on the outside. Don't lose me. I'm not budging, man. No way. I will stay quarantined until they find a damn fucking, until they develop a vaccine for this shit. I don't know what that's gonna be. It takes a year, whatever. I'm only leaving the house on emergencies. All you people out there that feel the need to shake hands and hugs and all that other crap, no. Sorry, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, don't take it personal, but hi from a distance, that's about it. I'm not talking friends or acquaintances, I'm talking about with family members too. If they don't like it, too fucking bad. Your life is more important than hurting their feelings. Just remember that, okay? Keep that in mind. Anyhow, like I said, if you can't find the Purell, if you can't find alcohol or aloe vera, because you're supposed to mix those two together, and you have your hand sanitizer. And hopefully you have soap, Keep washing your hands every few minutes if you're at work or on the outside, or especially if you're on the subways. That's where all those germs become prevalent. From what I heard, this person that contracted the virus in Westchester, it's a good thing they were able to quarantine him, and he went in to get tested, because it was actually this specific person that spread it out to I believe another 10 or 11 individuals in Westchester. So when you see the total is 10 or 11, that's the original infected. I shouldn't even be touching my face. Infected individual that passed it on to his family members and a few others. I believe he was a lawyer in his 50s. So, everyone is vulnerable to this. All these little kids that are 18, 19, no, it's not going to affect me. Don't worry about it. This disease doesn't hold any. This disease is not prejudiced towards any race, creed, religion, whatever. This shit should be taken seriously, and I'm not saying stop living, but whatever. Anyhow, so I finished some of these wings. I'm still hungry, man. This is supposed to be 3 pounds of wings for like £1. I bought the 4-pound bag from Walmart. Cost me $9. I still have a little left, so. Anyhow, thanks for watching, everyone. Don't panic, just stay cool, stay calm. If you like what you see, hit the notification box, like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you with another video in another couple of days, I guess, or maybe tomorrow. Stay well.